Yeah, they've got a fair bit of work to get through.
Yeah, because they're going to have to cover the flanks on their own. They need to push up and establish some menace, some control, press from the front and act like auxiliary wingers, if you will, while also doing a fair bit of defending. And what's more, they're often expected to be the main supply routes in the side.
There's the whistle. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, there's a player below Peter who loves the high intensity, and it's Lautaro Martinez. His very direct style, as well as the ability to change rhythm, I think he would go down well in a lot of other teams. But the way he likes to press in the final third, it's something that's often overlooked, something that contributes to that directness. He puts a big shift in.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Tchouaméni, Eder Militao, and it's Tchouaméni. It's a good spell of possession, this. Chance for a shot! Not the most accurate pass. He's in a great position here. Oh, that's a fine interception. Zielinski. Now DiMarco. That's a sharp pass. There's no flag. Oh, that's fabulous. He's free, he has got space. Rudiger clears. And they're back on the ball again. Rodrigo absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that...
And Martinez! And for a moment, time stood still.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. Eder Militao. Neither side yet able to find the net. Rudiger. Madrid looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
Belly. And here's Mbappe. He's been slipped through, and he's managed to get free. Shoots! And he's done it! Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch, sumptuous second.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Martinez! And it's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Pete.
Tries a shot! Goal! Inter! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
Inter Milan go into the lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Inter Milan have hit a quick-fire double here and are 2-1 up. What a comeback. Good ball, good take. Zielinski. And it's Arda Güler. Now, can they get him away? Now it's DiMarco.
That's going in strongly.
Referee has just said play on. Nicely weighted ball. Rodrigo just eases him off the ball. Barella. Now that looks a decent ball. Great defending, strong and determined. Bellingham. And it's Arda Güler. And here's Mbappe. Looking for the run. Oh, well played. Acerbi. Zielinski. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And we hit half-time. Well, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. And we are up to the break.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
Inter Milan are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Rodrigo. Now it's Mbappe. That is very well defended. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Martinez. Martinez! Courtois gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. And it's Arda Güler. Played back in. DiMarco. Zielinski. And the pass is intercepted. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe has been caught there, it's a foul. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity.
It's loose now and they want to get it back. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
That's an errant pass. Danger averted for now. Acerbi. Showing great feet there. Alexander-Arnold. And Güler. Almost an hour gone. Stood up well to him there. And it's Çalhanoğlu. He's a sharp little ball here. Inter Milan have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
DiMarco. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Alexander-Arnold. Rodrigo. Now Mbappe. Mbappe! That pass has been well intercepted. And a chance! Oh, that's fabulous! He's got himself an absolute peach. It's level again! What a match we have!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character, wonderful.
It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it.
And Martinez! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Mbappe.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Arda Güler. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Eder Militao cuts out the pass.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now. Martinez! Oh, the ball's run. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Cleared away. Strips it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Now it's Mbappe. He's picked his way through. Mbappe, he's found some space. Can he finish? He's got a goal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here, because he didn't have to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up was brilliant.
Rudiger with the clearance.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Oh, shooting chance! Decent enough try.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
And claimed it back swiftly. And the referee brings it to a close. Inter Milan played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, the surprise for me was seeing a team look so feeble in what is usually a strongly protected area, but the centre of their defence looked open and very, very unsafe.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get...
Mbappe! He's scored!
Can you think of a better way to have started this game? Talk about how to stamp your authority on things. You've just seen it.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Inter Milan finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Fran Garcia. Now it's Mbappe. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Barella. Not the most accurate pass. Tchouaméni. It's a really well-measured ball. Oh, that's delightful. No, that's overhit. Rudiger. Fran Garcia. Tchouaméni. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. Can he finish? It's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Madrid are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Çalhanoğlu, foot in. Goulet running with the ball. Good take, and he's had a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Madrid find a position of real strength now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition.
Decent chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Well, that is one way to stop him. Inter Milan already looking up at the vast mountain they've been left to climb. Shot a goal! They've done it! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. Inter Milan choosing to make the first change. Madrid are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Vinicius Junior. Great, and he shoots! Keeper always had the measure of that.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Sommer gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. Çalhanoğlu. Inter Milan have rung the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. Can he get on the end of this? Bellingham. And they're back on the ball again. And it's Zielinski. Nicely weighted ball. And Martinez! Now that was quite some save.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Madrid are looking to go forward now. Inter Milan are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking for the run, and it's made its way to him. Played out wide. Goulet. Threads one in. Eder Militao. And it's Arda Güler. Now it's Mbappe. It's run loose here. Now it's Thuram. And there's green grass ahead of him. Bellingham.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
DiMarco. Çalhanoğlu could try cutting inside here. Akanji spots it and intercepts. And the first 45 minutes are up. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them. So off we go once more. So 45 minutes to turn it round. Martinez is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
This looks promising. Now it's Rodrigo. And it's Alexander-Arnold. And here's Güler. There's the shot! No, it's wide.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Knocks it into space. Eder Militao deals with that comfortably. Now it's Mbappe. Well, played right into his path. Face to face. Voila! He's put it wide.
That's a shame, Peter. Such a great run, but he didn't have that clinical edge.
Played out to the right. Barella. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And the referee has brought play back and showed him a yellow card. Chouameni has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Great vision. And he's heaved it away. And he's only too happy to take that back. And he's on his way! Real chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Turns and goes back, takes a shot! Oh, he really got hold of that.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di
DiMarco is there
80.314
and he can pick it up.
spettatori.
He's a sharp little ball here. Tries a shot! Oh, terrific. Oh, given away. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Fran Garcia did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now that looks a decent ball. It's come to nothing. Inter Milan, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Now it's Mbappe.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
No, again there's no way through. Çalhanoğlu. Barella. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Played into space. And that is expertly dealt with. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rodrigo. Now it's Mbappe. And that pass just didn't quite work. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Zielinski. Barella. And it's Barella.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Neatly clipped into space. And he's in on goal. Shapes to shoot! Mbappe! Irrepressible! He's got himself an absolute peach. How many, just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now.
And the shot! Oh, the ball's come. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, such a clever touch. Big chance!
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's an imaginative pass. Tchouaméni. Rodrigo providing an outlet on that flank. Oh, no joy this time. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. Inter Milan really could have done without this. To further improve their position of comfort. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
Zielinski. Can he get it through? Tchouaméni. Pass somewhat off target.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Bellingham. Fran Garcia. It's Bellingham. Tchouaméni. Eder Militao. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And that's it. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, agile and seemingly clueless. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were...
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. I'm ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, the atmosphere, Peter, certainly doesn't feel like a friendly. We all know about the quality we have on show here, so I hope that the crowd demand as much as they can get, and I hope the players will oblige on that.
And already we're underway here. Rudiger. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Tchouaméni gets it clear. Barella. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, they say that there's been a bit of a renaissance, Peter, at the number 10 position, and this guy...
Just the goal. Chance for a shot! Superb goal!
Well, what a statement of intent. Who better to be the one to have the first say? A cracking opening to this game.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And it's gone all the way through to the keeper. Tchouaméni, Goulet, Eder Militao, Tchouaméni, now Eder Militao, Rudiger. Now it's Mbappe, Arda Güler. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Out towards the flank. Now Eder Militao.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Tchouaméni. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Fran Garcia. And it's Tchouaméni. Opts for safety. Alexander-Arnold. Rodrigo gets a good foot in there. And it's Arda Güler. Mkhitaryan. Nice looking ball. Good ball over the top. Can he finish? finish! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Thuram really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he was alert to it. Oh, taken with style! Inter are back in business! That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Nice physical challenge. Çalhanoğlu is the guilty party there. Bellingham. Tchouaméni. Madrid, fine. Mkhitaryan. Not the most accurate pass. Bellingham. And it's Arda Güler. Thuram. That is ended up in no man's land. Bellingham. That's Rudiger. And it's Tchouaméni. Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. Oh, important interception. Fran Garcia. Here's Tchouaméni. Rodrigo picks it up out wide. Good ball, good take. Dumfries. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Bellingham. Tchouaméni. And it's Garcia. Mkhitaryan. And it's Barella. Pass somewhat off target. Güler. Here's Tchouaméni. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. He's found a way through. Spread it left.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Tchouaméni. Brilliantly cut out. Zielinski. And the whistle goes for half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Inter will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remained calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
Yeah, it's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. The second half, then, just getting going. Tchouaméni. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Tchouaméni. Mkhitaryan.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
That is lovely. Barella. Mkhitaryan really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
It's just beyond his reach. Fran Garcia. And it's Mkhitaryan. And it's been played through. Eder Militao. Alexander-Arnold. Bellingham. Looking to play him in. Bellingham. Bellingham! Sticks it away! Into the lead once more. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Oh, well played, well played. Çalhanoğlu.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
And the ball is out of play. Fran Garcia. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench.
And the shot! He scores! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And here's Mbappe, and a chance! That could... In he goes again! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
And yes, it's him again. So now the difference is 3.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Rodrigo, and the flag has stayed down. Good read, needed to be. Mkhitaryan. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Chouameni. Oh, good-looking ball. Arda Güler. Referee has just said play on. Nicely shaped ball.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
It's a good run, that. Great timing. Fran Garcia. That has not gone well. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Güler. Bellingham. Fran Garcia. Rudiger. Now Eder Militao. Turns back here, probably the best option. Into the last 5 minutes. Eder Militao. And it's Arda Güler. And here's Mbappe. Bellingham. Dumfries. Thinks one through. Zielinski. Played out wide. Damian. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Chouameni. Passing is crisp and sharp. And Rodrigo. So that's it. It is all over. Inter Milan suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor show all round. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, there is here a great sense of expectation as, to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
The action has already started. Calafiori. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, I think we'll see a lot of this guy, Eze. If he plays on the left, he loves to cut in on his stronger foot. But unlike a lot of wingers, he's happy to drop that bit deeper and dictate the play from central midfield too. I think it makes him a much better all-round player.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Goulet. And here's Mbappe. That's a shade optimistic. Odegaard. Aimed beyond the defence. Zubimendi. And that has been slung wide. Oh, that's clever. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Vinicius Junior. Oh, well played. Mbappe! Just off target.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Alexander-Arnold gathers from the goal kick. Mbappe! Arsenal still without a single shot on target. He can get that clear. It's a searching pass. Oh, that's a key interception. Eder Militao. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Chouameni. Eder Militao. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Chouameni. Threads one in. Rice. And it's Arda Güler. Fran Garcia. And here's Mbappe. Not the most convincing of passes. Odegaard. That's a nicely shaped ball. And that is as far as they're going to go. Fran Garcia. It's Bellingham. That's a cute ball. Now the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Chouameni. Goulet. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Courtois. Eder Militao. Bellingham. And he plays one through. Bellingham. And he's had a shot! There it is! Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Madrid are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Oh, what a ball! Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Vinicius Junior. And here's Saka, Odegaard. And reclaimed it in a trice. And he's there to belt it away. Arsenal with the corner, they're first.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
It's their second corner of the game. Chance to shoot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Calafiori tries to pass it through. Flings in, up he goes! It's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
It was a great header. The invitation was irresistible, and the finish unearned. And the shot! There it is! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Arsenal get themselves...
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Now it's Mbappe. Rice. Mbappe is onto this. Mbappe.
That's just...
And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. So there was the first half.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
Arsenal are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. And we are back underway. Goulet, Chouameni, and Rodrigo. And here's Mbappe. That's an excellent interception. Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Mbappe! Raya claims comfortably. Timber. Saka. Zubimendi. Can he get on the end of this? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Now it's Rice. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Eder Militao. Goulet. Looking for the run. And he's worked it through. Zubimendi. Now he's got space here. Fran Garcia. Eder Militao. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Chouameni. Rudiger. Madrid finding their passes. Zubimendi. Rudiger gets over and intercepts. Goulet. Knocks it out wide. Bellingham.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Gabriel gets across to intercept that. And it's Eze. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Rodrigo. That's Rudiger. And he's in on goal! In by Saka.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box. You have to expect that from everyone now.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Can he get it through? Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Bellingham. That is ended up in no man's land. Zubimendi. Gabriel. Rice. Goulet. Vinicius Junior.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Arda Goulet. And it's made its way to him. Oh, important interception.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
That looks a cracking ball. Chance, surely! Oh, brilliant from Bukayo Saka! He's got himself an absolute peach. And this is getting better and better.
Yeah, but how about that coolness and confidence, Peter, to see where the keeper was and then produce a beautiful response.
And yes, it's him again. Arsenal take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Crossed into the middle. Goulet. Now, what about a counter-attack? Now it's Mbappe. He's looking wide, and he's managed to get free. Bellingham. Goulet. Ødegaard. Calafiori. Arsenal do have a chance to counter here. Rice. And it's Ødegaard. He's tried one! And he has kept it out somehow.
Ødegaard really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Alexander-Arnold gets it away. And now they can spring out of defence.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And we're done. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Saka voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Terrific recovery, a really fine win that, Jim Beglin.
Well, I've just got to give them great credit for the way in which they've managed to turn this around. Going behind seemed to strengthen their resolve, and it's been a wholehearted reaction and an absolutely terrific win.
Responsibly. Anyone appearing intoxicated?
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And Bernardo Silva! He's delivered all right!
What a super start! A total shocker for the opponents. Talk about how to wrestle control. That's how you do it.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Looking tidy in possession here. And it's Bellingham. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Haaland is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Oh, played through for the wide man. Bellingham. Now Eder Militao. Goulet. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Here's Tchouaméni. Bellingham. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Oh, easy pickings there. Fran Garcia. And it's Tchouaméni. Vinicius Junior. And here's Bellingham. Nouri. And the counter is on. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Mbappe. And here's Rodrigo. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Haaland! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Gonzalez cuts out the pass. That has been slung wide. That's tidy.
Oh, really well played.
And it's Gonzalez. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And Bernardo Silva! Oh, good effort. He got plenty on that.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Haaland goes for the shot! Rudiger calmly anticipates. And we have our very first corner. Shot at goal! And it's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off? Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Arda Güler, he's got away. And that is masterful defending. Nico Gonzalez. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Tchouaméni, Eder Militao, and it's made its way to him. No, it's come to nothing. Foden. And that's been won straight back. Madrid are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's bustling through here. He's on it. Can he get away? Fran Garcia gets into some space. Fran Garcia made a surge from full-back. As it turned out, unsuccessfully. Back into the middle. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Foden. Oh, this looks sharp. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Bellingham. He's found a way through. Bellingham had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Oh, no, it's an own goal!
Oh, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
Fortunate. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
The own goal was symptomatic of their first-half performance. They're not at it.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half. So, 45 minutes to turn it round. Tchouaméni deals with that comfortably. That pass isn't the best. Foden. Bernardo Silva. And that has left him in a heap. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, he could easily have slipped that to his right just to keep the attack alive.
Chucky! Oh, how good is he? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Fran Garcia. Rudiger. Here's Tchouaméni. Goulet.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Goulet. And here's Mbappe. Bernardo Silva. Now Foden. That has ended up in no man's land. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. There's a quick free kick. Spread out to the left. Rodrigo. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Doku. And he's picked out the run. He's picked his way through.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement.
Oh, smashing header! Oh, it needed better placement. Alexander-Arnold. Rodrigo. Alexander-Arnold. Now Eder Militao. And it's Alexander-Arnold. 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 Bout of passing here, really easy on the arc. Decent chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Vinicius Junior. And here's Vinicius Junior. Doku. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Goulet. Fran Garcia. Tries to pass it through. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. Chouameni. Bellingham. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
Stood up well to him there. Goulet. It's Bellingham. And here's Mbappe. Looking for the run. Good ball, good take. He's onside. He can get that clear. Goulet. Cherki. Fran Garcia. There could be trouble. And the shot! And that's wide.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter. Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
He's having a shot! Mbappe is magnificent! A finish right from the top draw! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Madrid can have a goal, but it's hard to see it as anything much more than a consolation. And here's Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold. Good take, and is he in?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's a good foot in there. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Foden. And it's Bernardo Silva. It's a pretty loose pass. Eder Militao, Chouameni, and that's it. Madrid suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough... Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Rudiger. Lobbed in behind. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Bernardo Silva. He's a real box of tricks, Peter, with a super first touch and a really nice, silky smooth dribbling style. He's also got an eye for a telling pass, and he's a more than decent finisher too. What we don't usually comment on is his phenomenal work rate, and that will be a standout for this team over the course, I can assure you.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Alexander-Arnold. Nothing significant to report up to this point, but we are still very early in the game. Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. That's a little off target. Oh, good-looking ball. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He's Haaland! Oh, split-second reaction.
Haaland is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Shapes to shoot! There it is! The breakthrough strike! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Madrid are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. He has found the way through. Plays a sharp little ball here. That has been slung wide. Aims beyond the defence. And he's gone backward here. Some really good ball movement. Chance, surely! Looking to play him in. Tries a shot! And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Rudiger.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Nicely weighted ball. He's on it, can he? And the shot! Goulet. Now it's Mbappe. Looking for options for movement. Vardio.
Foden, whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Haaland.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Rodrigo. Now it's Rodrigo. Ruben Dias gets over and intercepts. Foden. And that pass just didn't quite work.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Goulet. Mbappe receives it in a good position here.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually...
Real chance! It's a goal! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Terrific goal, what a super sharp finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And we hit half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Madrid are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. And we are already promptly back underway. Goulet. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Chips it through. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Rudiger. That was good pressing. Forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Goulet. Rudiger. More and more pressure on the ball here. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And it's Bellingham. He won't be happy with that one. Bernardo Silva. And Cherki. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Shot and goal! And he hits the net! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Madrid take the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
It's a promising position. Quick look, then plays it in. Courtois claims it without any fuss. Bellingham. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Alexander-Arnold. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Bellingham. Just about up to 75 minutes. Pass is just off target. And he's there to belt it away.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Well, that has not gone well. Foden. Now that looks a decent ball. Bellingham. Fran Garcia. And it's Garcia. Chouameni. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Guardiola has given away a free kick. That has been cut short. Bellingham. Fran Garcia could try cutting inside here. That's a good ball out wide. Haaland was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Goes for a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, what a mistake! No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Oh, that's a very decent ball now.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Oh, he's having a go! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Threads one in. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And the shot's on here. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that's it. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Mbappe picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Terrific recovery, a really fine win that, Jim Beglin.
They've taken advantage of some...
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Mbappe! Oh, crossbar! Now, who's going to be first to this? I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. And we have our very first corner. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Timber. That's gone for a throw-in. Ah, good steal, he just read it. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I think an awful lot's going to be asked of this fella.
A header! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Gabriel cuts out the pass. Well, it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
That's a good ball out wide. And it's Rice. Chouameni. Quarter of an hour played. Now it's Mbappe, played out to the left flank. Madrid are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. Zubimendi. Rudiger makes the interception. It's run loose here. Good. Can he finish? Goal! Arsenal! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Knocks it into space. He's found, shoots! Off the post! And he hits the net! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
They'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Not much subtlety about that challenge. Zubimendi. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Probing pass. Eder Militao gets across to intercept that. Rudiger. Chouameni. Goulet. No, that's been intercepted. Now it's Mbappe. Zubimendi. Pass somewhat off target. Goulet. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Bellingham. Mbappe! Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Eze, who's set up one goal so far. Ødegaard. And it's Timber. And here's Marino. Marino, he's gone for goal! Goulet. Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's got away. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, that has not gone well. He's looking wide. Bellingham. Chouameni. Mbappe. Real chance! Goal! Terrific goal. What a super sharp finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Madrid get themselves into the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Chouameni, out to the left it goes. A nice sequence of passes this. Merino. And we've reached half-time. Madrid come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Madrid are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. And the game has already resumed here. Rice. Now it's Eze. Great vision. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Shot at goal! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, the keeper looks perplexed. That was hit with real ferocity.
Alexander-Arnold. And it's Arda Güler. It's Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And it's Alaba. Güler. And it's Chouameni. He's played it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played. That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's a good ball. Shapes to shoot! It's in! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Now it's Marino. Little pass back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
He's having a go! That comes as a mighty relief. Marino, Eze. That's going to go a long way. Tries to pass it through. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Oh, that's fabulous. He's on it. Can he get away? Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Now it's Rodrigo. Alexander-Arnold is onto this. He shifted it to the flank. Now it's Eze. Now it's Marino. Eze, Marino. Güler looking understandably energised after his goal.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
This looks promising. Timber. Saka. Rice. Now that looks a decent ball. Thinks about the shot. He's had a shot! They've done it! A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Rodrigo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Bellingham. And it's Ødegaard.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Takes a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And the lead stays intact, just.
Well, the reaction from his teammates says it all, Peter. They simply expected better.
That is good alertness. Goulet and Alexander-Arnold. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. The referee's awarded a free kick.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Chouameni. Goulet. Passes short and sharp. Rodrigo has it out wide and in space. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Merino. And the shot! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Merino clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, he's been caught napping. And it's Arda Güler. Merino. Not too much more here than... Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And it's Rice. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. Eder Militao. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
I would have to highlight Zubamendi. It really is amazing how San Sebastian keeps producing these top-notch central midfielders for generations now. They're very hard-working, ball winners, but with some of the silkiest passing skills to to keep teams ticking, and he's got it. He's got it all. He's never afraid to drop a shoulder and go through people either.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Delivered in. And he's quick to get it clear again. Chouameni. Now it's Mbappe. Goulet does... And he shoots! They just took too long getting forward.
Goulet cannot be that slow, and it took the sting out of the break, and a big chance wasted.
So it is still 0-0. Saliba. Rice. And it's Ødegaard. Now Ødegaard. That is good alertness. Rice. Ødegaard. And it's Timber. Saka. And here's Marino. He's having a go! Just off target.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
Goulet. Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. Tries to play it through. Calafiori. Good running, strong and purposeful. Now it's Mbappe. Timber. Now Subimendi. Foot in. He is through here. Goes for a shot! It's in! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Played out towards the right wing. He has found the way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And he's gone backward here. He's in a great position here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Ødegaard. Saka. He steps in, and that's the end of that. That has been cut short.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
That's been slipped through. Chance! That's another chance! It's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Now it's Mbappe. And it's Arda Güler. Oh, red, nice interception. Alexander-Arnold. Güler. Now it's Mbappe. Vinicius Junior, he is onto this. Takes aim and crosses. Rice. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Madrid go in at half-time on a comfortable two-goal cushion. So we're just settling back into this second half. Timber. It's Saka. Ødegaard. And it's Subimendi. Goulet wins the duel this time. Not the most accurate pass. Played out to the right. Tchouaméni. Played into space out wide. Saka looking to run onto it. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Alexander-Arnold. Goulet. Eder Militao. Madrid looking to pass their way through. He's shifting through the gears. Shoots! And it's there! And they are pulling clear here. What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
A case now of complete control.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Odegaard. Tchouaméni. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, that's a very decent ball now.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That'll be a throw-in. Shot could be on. Bellingham. That's a cute ball. Dink through. And back face to face. And the finish! They've done it! Players ecstatic. Fans delirious. This is utopian. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
As if three weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. Madrid are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. And here's Rodrigo. And it's made its way to him. And it's Bellingham. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That's been cut out, well played. Bellingham, just about up to 75 minutes. Oh, that's fabulous.
Vinicius Junior really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner. And just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Rice. And here's Eze. And he was quick to react. Zubimendi. And here's Marino. Big chance! Goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Arsenal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. He's on it. Can he get a... Can he finish? And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Arsenal really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Alexander-Arnold. Now Eder Militao. Rudiger. And it's Arda Güler. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And here's Marino. Arsenal have reclaimed it. Tchouaméni and Güler. Nice looking ball. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Zubimendi. Rice. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Looking for the run. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. 2 minutes to be added on. And it's Arda Güler. Chouameni. No. And that will be the final act. So a real showpiece win. This stop was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Mbappe, totally unstoppable today. Everything he touched turned to goals. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, they'll still be...
On the finish! Arsenal with the corner, they're first. Chouameni tries to clear. Ball's gone out of play. And it's Timber. Saka in acres of space out wide. Oh, it's a great ball here.
Eze really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, what a stop! Had to be at his very best. Raya did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, no question, that's a foul.
Rodrigo really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
There's no flag. And he's only too happy to take that back. Vinicius Junior. Eder Militao can get it clear. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Saliba has given away a free kick. And he has shown him a yellow card. Bellingham. Madrid yet to have an attempt on goal. Now he's got space here. Eder Militao gets across to intercept that. It's a pretty loose pass. Eze is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Pass somewhat off target. Can he get on the end of it? Oh, that is asking for trouble. And he's got his cross in.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Saka.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
This ended up in no man's land. And that's put paid to a promising move. Mbappe! Calafiori. And it's Eze. Zubimendi. Arsenal finding their passes. Ambitious ball here. And he cuts out the supply. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Nicely aimed pass. Alexander-Arnold cuts out the pass. Now it's Mbappe. Knocks it into space. Now it's Goulet. Goulet's cross. Rice. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Now it's Marino. Rudiger. And Gula. Bellingham. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Well, he could easily have slipped that to his right just to keep the attack alive. And it looks like he's going to learn the hard way.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Mbappe! A skipper's goal!
Listen, you don't get lucky in doing what he just has. It comes from an inner...
And that'll be the final action of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Madrid leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments and it's 1-0 at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
That pass isn't the best.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Arda Güler. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Looking for the run. Oh, that's a key interception. Güler. And it's Bellingham. Over to the left. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Eder Militao. Madrid looking to pass their way through. Bellingham. And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Marino. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Mbappe. He might be in here! Madrid disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. And it's Rice. Rice. Knocks it out wide. And he's there to retrieve it. Marino. And that has been clear. He's tried one! They just took too long getting forward.
Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Alexander-Arnold promptly onto that, and that is that.
Arsenal really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Pinches it off him. Oh, what a ball!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Corner number 2 then. Oh, shooting chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Eder Militao. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Rice. Ødegaard. Can he get it through? And he shoots! Really well taken goal. There seemed no way back, but they are level. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Arsenal grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this poses a very interesting question now, Peter. Do they push on to try and win it in normal time? They certainly have the momentum.
Well read, nice interception.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Backward it goes. Ødegaard gets it clear. It's a good spell of possession, this. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Tries a shot! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Arsenal complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Eder Militao. And here's Mbappe.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Passing is crisp and sharp.
2 minutos de descuento.
And it's Rice. Merino. Great vision. Cleared without complication. Oh, that's well spotted. And the referee brings it to a close. Madrid played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
It can be difficult at times playing in front of your own fans if you're not living up to the expectations, and I think with confidence looking a little fragile at the moment, they were playing not to lose more than trying to win, and I think everything was just a letdown because of that.
That's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. He's having a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Eze pass somewhat off target. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. He's found a way through. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. A real opportunity here. Woola! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Goulet certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Well, that has not gone well. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, Aurelien Tchouameni is someone I see as being a real tour de force in that midfield. He's a tireless worker. I've heard so many people say he's just a nightmare to try and get away from. A real destroyer whose abilities on the counter-press are very potent.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Knocks it into space.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Tchouameni. Madrid are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, they've been...
Big chance! Goal! Arsenal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So, a breakthrough already. Now it's Mbappe. Tries to pass it through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Vinicius Junior will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Rice.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Eze picks it up out wide.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
It's a promising position. Eder Militao promptly onto that, and that is that. Madrid are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Bellingham.
Pretty robust defending.
Zubimendi. And it's Rice. He's in a great position here. Just too much on that.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Now it's Mbappe. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Decent chance! Bellingham! That is brilliant! That is a gem! An absolute gem! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Yeah, OK, it's gone in with the help of the crossbar, but that was merited due to the quality of the strike.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And we have our very first corner. Defending of the desperate variety. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Saka is flagged offside. Not the most convincing of passes. Tchouameni. That has been slung wide. Now it's Eze. And he's quick to get it clear again. Rudiger. Bellingham. And it's Arda Güler. Good ball, good take. Rodrigo. Alexander-Arnold. Goes looking wide. Back towards the middle. That is good alertness. Eze. Now Subimendi. Gabriel. And it's Timber. Short changes him with that pass. Vinicius Junior. Ødegaard. Now Timber. And it's Ødegaard. And here's Eze. Eder Militao did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And the through ball. He's shifting through the gears here. And it's half-time here. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Arsenal finding their passes. Chouameni. Bellingham. Alexander-Arnold. Chouameni. And he's been shifted off it. Now it's Marino. That is a great pick out.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
It's their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. Alaba. Alexander-Arnold. Güler. Alexander-Arnold. Subimendi. And Gabriel. And it's Subimendi. Calafiori. For Rice. Subimendi. Now it's Marino. And it's Ødegaard. He's got plenty of space out. There's the shot! It's off target and by quite a way. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Arda Güler. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Bellingham. Tries to thread one through. Vinicius Junior providing an outlet on that flank. Arda Güler. Saliba deals with that comfortably. No way through. And here's Mbappe. Saliba concedes a free kick for that.
Well, if he truly fancies his chances from here, he's going to need the best of the best.
Alexander-Arnold.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Well timed, excellent interception. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And claimed it back swiftly. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. And it's Eze. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And here's Mbappe. And here's Rodrigo. Engages and forces him off the ball. Saka. Threads one in. Eze! Eze with a beautifully timed run. Vinicius Junior goes on a run down the left wing. 75 minutes played. Rice. Calafiori. And he's played it back. Ødegaard. Merino! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Great chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Delivers with a mighty effort! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won. Don't you just love the level of intensity here?
No, takes a shot! Goal! Arsenal! And they're back in front. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Arsenal take what looks to be a decisive lead.
There's still a bit left in it, Peter, but they should find the necessary to avoid a slip-up now.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Bellingham. Now it's Goulet, out to the right. Oh, that's fabulous. And that is as far as it goes. Madrid can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against an opponent prepared to go toe-to-toe until the end. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
It can be difficult at times playing in front of your own fans if you're not living up to the expectations, and I think with confidence looking a little fragile at the moment, they were playing not to lose more than trying to win, and I think
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And already we're underway here.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing and tactical intelligence, they're all top class.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, super ball! Can he finish? It's there!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Beckham demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Senegal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Yaya Toure. Baresi. Irwin. Baresi. Well seen, saw that coming. He's being urged to shoot. David Villa showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Chooses to go cross-field. And he's intervened well there. Jordi Alba is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter.
Real chance! It's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. That was easy, almost too easy.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Morocco are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Sané pinches it off him. Timber. Now, can they get him away? Oh, it's played into the area.
Yeah, I think if that...
Shot a goal! Now, who's going to be first to this? Perez. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Rice. And he cuts out the supply. Nicely shaped ball. Now that's well seen too.
Senegal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Belletti. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Rice. And it's Timber. Approaching the half-hour mark. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Time and again they are repelled. Belletti. And here's Owen. Rice. Yaya Toure. Now Timber. And it's Sané. Jordi Alba gets a foot in here. Davids. Owen. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Perez.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
And it's Owen. And no, that was never going to make it. Senegal are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Now it's Villa. Perez. De Jong. Now it's Forlan. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Villa. It's a good foot in there. Not the most accurate pass. Beckham. Pass is coming off in quick succession here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Rice bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Driving forward, tries to play it through. He's picked his way through, just eases him off the ball. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I'm looking at the body language, Peter, and it doesn't look great. It's going to be pretty hard for them to pick themselves up from here. But there's still a maybe at play. Maybe they'll thrive on the adversity.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Timber. And it's De Jong. Rice. Senegal finding their passes. Now it's Villa. That's been slipped through. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
And the goalkeeper's got it. Could be danger here.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
De Jong. And it's Rice. Great vision. And this is Forlan. Flashes it across.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And they win it back again. He's on it, can he get away? And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Changement en cours.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. He's not got that quite right. Right card makes the interception. That's a good ball. And he's quick to get it clear again. Timber. For Yaya Toure. De Jong. Timber. Now that looks a decent ball. And the through ball.
Been there, done that, unfortunately.
And the shot! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Davids. Rice. And it's De Jong. Now Timber. De Jong squeeze it through. Bebeto. De Jong looking for a runner. Cruyff. That has ended up in no man's land. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
Changement pour le Sénégal. Le numéro 10. Pour le remplacer, le numéro 9.
Bebeto. Looking to play him in. The ball goes in. That could spell trouble. Great chance! And he's heaved it away. The ball is loose and the chase is on. De Jong. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Bebeto. He's free, he has got space. Ball driven towards the far post. That's a decent clearance.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. There's a sharp little ball here. And this is Forlan. And it's Forlan! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, I think it's great. He's showing plenty of fight here. You want that to spread throughout the team now.
Forlan. À leur place, le numéro 11.
Senegal have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
It's played through for him. Just the goalkeeper to beat. Chance, surely! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting.
Pour l'équipe du Maroc, après 82
And they are
minutes de jeu
pulling
de
clear here.
le numéro 20.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Tries a shot! Cleared away. Stood up well to him there. And it's Stoichkov. And he's been shifted off it. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Cruyff plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Looking for options for movement.
3 minutes.
Baresi. Yaya Toure. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Rijkaard. Stoichkov. That pass has been well intercepted. So that's it. It is all over. Senegal have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be only one outcome.
Chers spectateurs,
How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. The action has already started. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
And there's the shot! Just a fraction high.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
It's a pretty loose pass. 26th of May 2005, Istanbul, and one of the most famous of all famous comebacks in football, and this man was its catalyst.
Well, come to think of it,
It's full on! Mighty close.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Irwin makes the interception. Yaya Toure. That has ended up in no man's land. But it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
I know it's still early, but they're showing the better signs. No caution from them.
Bale. De Jong did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Forlan. Mbappe, expertly cut out, really nicely done. De Jong, no change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Now it's Forlan, gets a good foot in there. Yaya Toure, out to the right, Serginho cuts it out.
Senegal are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Irwin could try cutting inside here. Forlan gets flagged offside. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Sané delivers the ball. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Senegal with the corner, they're first. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's there to make the challenge. And it's Rice. Pillars! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, super ball. And he can clear it away.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Bale. Oh, whistle's gone. Now then. Senegal present their opponents with the best possible chance here. To open the scoring. And he's buried it. 1-0. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
But pour l'équipe de l'Inter de Milan. Après 31 minutes de jeu.
Inter Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Forlan. Now it's Mbappe. And he's had it nicked away. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And that's going right the way across. It's gone out for a throw-in. Bellingham. Bale. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Bale. And once more, he proves rigid and robust.
Yeah, he may feign to shoot and just play it into the box.
That's a fine save.
Absolutely terrific, terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
Messi. Oh, that's fabulous. And Messi! De Jong. And it's Rice. And that's put paid to a promising move. Now it's Forlan, nicely spread. And it's De Jong. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Looking for a corner. Senegal have their second corner now.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps
Messi.
additionnel.
Now it's Mbappe. De Jong. It's played through for him. And the finish! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Chers spectateurs, veuillez vous munir de vos billets car nous allons procéder à l'annonce des numéros gagnants de la tombola du jour.
Here we go again.
Senegal really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Timber. And it's Sané. This is De Jong. And here's Forlan. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Irwin proves too strong. Baresi. De Jong. That's a good ball out wide. Back into the middle. And he's picked it up out wide. Sané with the cross. De Jong. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Messi. Messi making good progress on the right-hand side. Oh, played through for the wide man. Yaya Toure has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Driving forward. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Forlan is onto this. It's run loose here. Timber got a long way forward to join the attack. He has a look, shapes to shoot! Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. To further improve their position of comfort. Not much more than a formality.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
Inter Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Sané, and this is Forlan. Corner number 3 coming up. And now they can spring out of defence. It's a searching pass. Beckenbauer. Irwin. Perez. That's a throw. Yaya Toure. Knocks it into space. Pass is just off target. Rice.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Perez. And he goes cross-field. And it's Sané. Referee's given a throw.
Changement pour le Sénégal. Le numéro 10. Pour le remplacer, le numéro 9.
Played into space out wide. Timber stood his ground strongly. Ah, he's given it away. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Can he finish? Well, that's a danger. And he's following up. No mistake. Terrific goal. What a super sharp finish.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Senegal get themselves back into contention.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Bellingham. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Bale.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space...
Chance! And that would have won it.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Le Sénégal. Le numéro 41.
The changes then in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Nicely weighted ball. Mbappe receives it in a good position. There's the shot! And yes, it's there! Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Le numéro 14.
When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
This has become one superb game of football.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Additionnel, 5 minutes.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Stoichkov. And he's intervened well there. Perez. Tries to thread one through.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And that is expertly dealt with. Perez, not the most accurate pass. And here's Mbappe. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And that is that. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.